And we are back. Welcome back, everyone. It seems that the first game between Marco and Soetix will be a Dutch mirror. In the top left we have Soetix, and in the bottom right we have Marco, and we are starting the recording in 3, 2, 1, go. As usual, we're going to fast forward a bit in the early game, because really, besides possible treasure contentions, there's not much that can really happen. So I'm just watching. Okay, at 1 minute 48 we have a contention over 95 wood. We'll have to see who gets it here. I feel like Marco's Explorer is in a slightly better position to get it. Oh, but it's Soetix that walks
he could
away
snipe
with
it. Oh,
95 wood being pretty nice. 3 villagers for Soetix.
Soetix got it.
Well. Yeah,
Soetix got it. And he didn't lose any HP on his Explorer. That's pretty huge.
Yeah, it was really nice. It's of course always dangerous when taking treasures, but... And it seems that Marco has the food to age up first, but due to a villager being in queue, he's actually going to age up at about the same time as Soetix still. Let's see, Quartermaster for Soetix, and probably Quartermaster. Yeah. Both players aging up with the Quartermaster.
Which is 400 wood.
Soetix's first card was quite delayed, though his 3 villagers arriving quite a bit later than Marco's. And we actually see that Soetix might be coming in for another treasure steal here, but I think he can kill this one wolf in time, yeah, easily. And 60 food for...
what minute are you at?
3 minutes.
Okay.
5 seconds now. But I feel like Red's Explorer here might go down. The Envoy is here as well to punch him in the face. Although he is pretty close to his town center. So even if it goes down, it's not the worst. It is worth 45 experience, of course, which is never nice. I don't think there's any villagers in this town center, but yeah.
Well, I think he's just gonna get away.
Yeah, he's safe. But it's so close to death that it's not going to be able to do very much until at the very least this Colonial kicks in and he gets an HP boost. A bank being built for Soetix here, and I'm pretty sure that's rotator mods, so obviously disqualified here. How much? Actually, it might not be. I think it's slightly rotated.
Is it not allowed to rotate buildings?
Oh yeah, now I see it being fished, it's for certain rotate. And no, building rotate is not allowed in this tournament.
Oh, I didn't know that, because it wasn't. It's actually an option in the patch.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty strange that it's disabled, but... Or not disabled, but disallowed. But it is actually not allowed to use building rotator.
Okay.
But yeah, Marco sending 700 with his first shipment, and Soetix doing the exact same. No surprises there. I'm going to fast forward to 4 minutes 45.
Okay.
Just because nothing seems to be really happening. I'm mainly waiting to see which military structure they build. Market for Marco, actually, which Soetix is not doing. And his first bank, or his second bank rather, is also quite a bit faster than Soetix's.
Yeah, I think both players are just trying to get up their infrastructure here, which is maybe 4 banks, and then maybe make some hussars, or just go straight to H3. Since it is a Dutch mirror.
Yeah, Marco being quite far ahead in that department, with the market advantage and the second bank being earlier. But it seems that the third and fourth bank for Soetix are going to be earlier than Marco's.
Yeah, that is quite an early market actually for Dutch. Most people don't actually make the market till after they get their 3 or 4 banks up.
Stable for Marco as the military production building of choice. I feel like Soetix actually accidentally sent his card a bit late, because his bank wagon is a lot later than... Oh, he actually cancelled it in favor of 600 wood.
And he's making a stable for himself here, Soetix. I don't think he scouted Marco's stable. They just kind of both made stables, which is actually pretty standard here.
Yeah, we're probably going to see 2 CAF semi-FFs, which is the standard. I feel like cancelling the bank wagon for 600 wood might be a bit ambitious, but it does allow him to just try to build bank 4 and 5.
I think Marco's build is a little bit better here because he's already got 4 banks after sending the bank wagon. Market, and he had the stable before him. Let's see how many hussars he gets out.
He gets a full batch of 5, Marco does. I'm at 6 minutes 50.
Oh, okay, okay. And Soetix...
he's gonna get a full batch of hussar out as well, as long as he remembers to finish that batch. Oh, he's actually housed. But okay, he does get the house
Marco's
up in time.
got both of these explorers here in this hussar battle. That's pretty huge.
Yeah, the envoy are fighting here as well. Marco is actually building a second batch of hussar.
Yeah, Marco,
I feel like,
what minute are you at?
I feel Marco has an advantage here in this hussar battle.
What minute are you at?
7 minute 30.
Okay.
And yeah, Marco just cleaning up these hussar. He only lost a single one thus far. I think, yeah, third one does go down. And Blue's explorer is actually focusing the opposing explorer instead of the hussar. There's a couple low HP hussar here, which he could have totally picked up if the explorer was focusing hussar instead of the opposing explorer. But now it's 6 hussar, and almost that envoy and almost that explorer against nothing. Well, villagers, I suppose. Marco sending 700 coin. Soetix sent his bank wagon eventually. I'm not sure what he used that 600 wood for then. He just has 400 wood now, which he can't really spend unless he sends something like the Bank of Amsterdam. 700 food for Soetix as well, actually, and a third batch of hussar going in the queue for him. Meanwhile, Marco is just saving up happily to go to Fortress. Marco queuing Sawmill or whatever it's called, gangs for a moment there, but then realizing he just needs the food to age up.
Soetix actually has the hussar advantage right now because Marco's hussar are very low HP.
Yeah, and Soetix also made a third batch, which Marco did not. So yeah, both players saving up for Fortress here. Marco is already quarter into the age up.
Already.
Getting Great Coat and Gangsaw now, and getting his barracks up. Market finally for Soetix. He's just quite far behind economically. He is up 3 villagers, but Marco just has better market upgrades and has had his banks earlier. Although I don't think he has a 5th bank. Oh, he does. Okay, so yeah, Marco is just ahead in eco at the moment.
Both players have 5 banks now. But I think villagers don't really matter, like 2-3 villager advantage in a Dutch mirror. I think banks and timings are more important.
Yeah, and also very important, Marco, due to being aged up earlier and having his Rex up earlier, is going to be able to have skirmishers first, and as such will almost throughout the entire game have a larger skirmisher mass unless something weird happens with falconets or hussar. And that is really important in the Dutch mirror. Falling behind in the skirmisher count can basically decide the match. 9 Reuter being the first card for Soetix. Well, 1k wood for Marco.
And Soetix is going to have another problem if he doesn't start herding soon. He's already herding to the east here, some animals, but he should herd these other animals on the other side of his base.
He's also housed and is not yet building a house, but there he goes.
Because he's very exposed right now. You see him moving all these villagers towards this hunt here. If Marco decides to pressure there, he's not going to be able to gather food.
Yeah, and Marco is actually just straight up 10 population over Soetix. Although that changed now that Marco has finally queued up some units. But
and he's also taken a TP here, which is quite nice.
TPs are pretty nice, yes. Shipments, of course, giving you huge tempo swings. Especially in the Dutch
off a villager.
Yeah, it was very nice. But in Dutch
Not sure
you
what
have
it was doing
these cards like infantry combat, cavalry combat that are just so powerful when you have a large enough army that they can really just turn a game around. Soetix finally now getting hunting dogs. Super late. I'm not sure if Marco got steel traps yet, but I know for sure he has hunting dogs and is now getting placer mines as well.
I think Soetix has the better army right now, but Marco's already added a second stable.
Yeah, Marco's infrastructure is just a lot better. And he also just has had the infrastructure for longer.
Yeah, Soetix only has one barracks as well. I thought he had two, but he only has one barracks.
Yeah, interestingly enough, Marco is actually not as far ahead in skirmishers as I expected. Probably because they both made quite a lot of raiders and some extra hussar, it seems, unless these are still the wounded ones from earlier. But yeah,
here we go. Are you watching the battle or what?
Yeah, 12 minutes, 15. Okay. A lot of hussar for Soetix just died for practically no value. 9 raiders arriving for Marco soon.
Yeah, and Soetix just decided to back off here. He knows he was outmanned, so he just went back to his base.
Marco actually going very heavy on the raiders.
Yeah, that could go well or it could go bad for him. It depends about. It depends how good Marco's micro is, because a lot of people tend to overkill routers, which makes them good for that reason. Also, I think you only need like 4 skirmishers to kill 4 or 5.
Notably, both players are kind of slipping in the macro. Soetix is banking 1500 coin, and Marco is banking 900 food. I feel like Soetix just has too many villagers on coin. He has 5 banks. He doesn't need 11 villagers on coin. He did end in a second barracks though, which I do like. I think Marco is still on 1 Rex, 2 stable. No, he also has a second Rex up.
Yeah,
and he
Marco's
is sending,
ahead in army.
He is shipping the cavalry combat. While Soetix hasn't shipped a single upgrade card yet. And of course, this 1 DP is going to give quite a bit more shipments to Marco. But there's actually 2 Hussar in Marco's base here, but they are just sieging the DC instead of harassing the villagers in the base. And some of Marco's Hussar actually just running into the army by accident, and a couple of skirmishers here being exposed as well.
Yeah, Soetix micro was actually pretty decent here. He got the better of Marco in this battle. Marco's actually having to retreat right now because of that. I think he got distracted by this 1 Hussar just attacking his town center. And now Soetix is the one pushing on Marco.
Yeah, Marco just had a huge batch of military units pop out though. And he's also sending infantry combat now, while Marco still hasn't sent a single upgrade card, I think. No, Marco did ship cavalry combat eventually, it seems.
Yeah, he does have it.
Oh, it appears I was mistaken. It was actually Marco that sent cavalry combat, and Soetix is now sending the infantry combat. It's so awkward on a recording.
Yeah, without the UI, it is kind of difficult.
So yes, Marco has the better cavalry, while Soetix is going to have the better skirmishers. Which I do think favors Soetix, unless Hussar are being thrown into the mix.
Yeah, exactly. I think skirmishers are what wins the Dutch mirrors.
Marco is going to have his next shipment soon, so if he correctly realizes that these skirmishers have infantry combat, he can easily follow it up. He really should not fight the skirmisher mirror at the moment. I think he has less, 31 against... Yeah, he has less skirmishers, and the opposing skirmishers are also just better. Marco now sending infantry combat. He really needs to fall back here, but I think it's too late for that.
Oh, I think Soetix has this battle quite convincingly, actually. Well,
although
he's now moving back.
There is a lot of raiders here, so if he is not correctly microing his skirmishers onto the opposing skirmishers, Marco might be fine here. But at least Marco realizes he needs to fall back here. At least until his infantry combat kicks in.
And look at Soetix's villagers on the left side of the map there.
Yeah, basically stealing a hunt from Marco. If he can completely harvest his hunt, Marco might be in a lot of trouble to gather food. I mean, he still has the hunt on the top right-ish. But at least he finally has infantry combat now. Let's take a look at Soetix. Has he shipped? Yeah, they both have shipped both upgrade cards now, so it will come down to who can macro and micro the best.
Yes. Right now it actually looks like Soetix is still winning.
No, I feel like Marco has a slight advantage here. The Reuter is just soaking a lot of damage, like you said. If you're not careful, they get overkilled very easily.
Yeah, it looked like it was even, but now Soetix is retreating, maybe waiting for reinforcements and engaging again.
Yeah, this is so many Reuters for Marco. Of course, the advantage of going Reuters over skirmishers is that your reinforcements arrive a lot faster. And he's actually getting veteran Hussar as well, Marco that is. And of course this 1 TP is giving him a lot of tempo as well, due to the extra shipments.
I think a 10 vet Hussar pop here could definitely change the game.
And he's also going to get a lot of villagers here.
Yeah.
Oh, he actually just kills the one and then... No, he wants to cut them off, okay. Soetix just needs to push in here now. He can't let these villagers die. And the villagers just start sieging this TP. They know they're dead, so they want to do something. And the army of Soetix just needs to slam in here while these villagers live and tank damage.
Well, I don't know if I agree with this. I think he could have saved a few villagers at least. Maybe he just wants to use them to fight.
I think he can't save those.
Well, Reuters don't really do much damage.
That's true, but...
And his army's there. He could have at least killed his army while... Well, he is doing that right now. He's killing them while he's focusing the villagers.
Yeah, it was very important that at least he trades those villagers for something.
Yeah.
You can't let those die just unpunished. And yeah, if there's a 14 villager difference now. Probably more now that these 2 extra have died as well. 7 Reuter being sent next for Marco, but yeah, if you just look at the shipments sent, you just see that Marco has sent a lot more shipments. He only has 2 H3 shipments remaining that he can possibly send.
And there's some veteran Hussar coming in here. This, I think, is going to be GG.
Yeah, a lot of the Reuter mass just got killed in the fight, and these Hussars are going relatively unpunished.
I don't know why you chose to go get that hunt, because he clearly has hunt still available here right next to his base.
Yeah, he has one in the middle left, right there, that was very safe. The Hussar are dead now though, and there is a lot of skirmishers for Soetix here. So he does have an advantage until some more Hussar pop out. But this is going to be a full batch of 10 Hussar again. So... And let's take a look if there's any Reuters. Okay. He did switch to Reuter production for now, which is smart. He does need that. Especially because he has a lot of spare coin. Damn, I accidentally from the bar for recording. But adding in a second stabilizing at this, yes. But there's going to be another batch of 10 Hussar most likely.
Yeah, I think that's going to be... This is going to be the last battle here.
He's using it on skirmishers instead.
This skirmisher mass, I mean, if he turtles back in his base, he could still hold off here. The problem is his food income.
That's a lot of skirmishers. He needed to get those behind his infrastructure, though, to be safer from Hussars. His Reuters are also way out of position, and his army is just getting punished so hard here. But he still just has so many skirmishers.
Yeah, and Minutemen mixed in here with them.
Yeah, and a batch of about 7 or 8 Hussar, I wasn't able to count, but I think it's 7... No, it's 8. 8 Hussar reinforcement for Marco. If he kills all the Reuters here, which it does seem he will, then these skirmishers' days could be numbered once those Hussar arrive. Some Reuters do pop out, but the skirmisher mass has been reduced so much that I feel like Soetix is going to lose here, especially because he is going to run out of hunt relatively soon now that Marco has secured his southern position. Some extra skirmishers popping out for blue, but half of them are caught out.
Yeah, and these 8 hussars are coming in here to seal the deal pretty much.
And there
Oh,
we go.
3... Is that a 5 hussar pub? Or 4 hussar pub? But it's still not enough.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this was Soetix resigning.
Yeah. And there we go. Game 1 goes to Marco.
Game 2, which will be on Hudson Bay, of course. I'm actually gonna put the replay blocker up again anyway, just in case I accidentally click the bar while...
What happens when you click the bar? Does it
Well, then
show?
it comes back, so...
Oh, okay.
So I'll just quickly put that up. Oh, I think I might not actually have it anymore. Oh, I'll need to be careful then. I'll set it up for the next time, but... Anyway, this is game 2. I have the recording loaded in.
Yeah, I'm there.
Okay, it appears to be Marco playing Japan against Soetix German. I'm starting the recording in 3, 2, 1. As usual, I'm going to fast forward a bit until something interesting happens. Okay, I am now at 3 minutes 20 when Germany is going to H2. Let's take a look at treasures. 40 wood for Japan, that's pretty nice. 90 food for Japan, pretty nice. They're relatively equal in treasure. Some food, some wood for both players. Japan aging with a shrine, very usual. Portuguese consulate.
And Japan is actually pretty strong still in this patch. Germany's Ulans have been nerfed 10 less HP, which is actually pretty huge considering they rely on Ulans early on. So it's going to be interesting to see how this turns out here.
Japan does have a market in transition that's not very usual this early. Normally you just want to build more shrines. But if you have spare wood, you know, why not?
Yeah. I'm trying to see if he has it. Neither player has water cards, so there won't be any water play here.
Oh, actually there's 2 caravels in Germany's deck and the frigates, so that's possibly just to deny Japan from going water.
Oh yeah, I didn't see that he does have boats. I think he's just having that in case Japan goes water.
Yeah. Which is smart. It's important that you deny, or at least contest water if someone does decide to go for it.
Well, actually, that could be a good strategy if he ships one of those boats and like transports his army from one side to the other, or uses it to fight.
That's another thing you can do, of course. And like those caravels can still just fish if they have nothing else to do.
Yeah, that is also true.
600 wood for Japan first, and getting the 3 boats from the Portuguese consulate. Normal settler wagon shipments from Germany, nothing out of the ordinary, is stable. Very normal things for Germany. He is pretty housed at the moment though. Japan at a reasonable shrine count. And the 600 wood, of course, is going to transition into even more shrines.
Yeah. What minute are you at now?
I'm at minute 5:35.
Okay. I'm there.
600 wood popping out for Japan now.
I don't like Soetix Explorer. It's been idle pretty much the whole game
he made
here.
that TP and then just left it there.
And there are so many good treasures on this map to take advantage of.
And if nothing else, at least just like try to harass the Japan explorers a bit.
Yeah. We do see a few Ulan coming out here straight away. Gonna pick up maybe this hero. No, he's gonna teleport back to his TC.
That was 2 from the shipment and 5 from the stable. Civil servants coming in for Japan. Really good market upgrade. You want to get that early. It's so good. Second explorer getting maybe caught by these Ulan if they notice it. I'm not sure if this one has spoof ready. But yeah, they just want this 125 wood treasure. That's really nice. Also, just denying it from Japan is pretty good. Japan, of course, loves wood treasures.
But look what Japan's done here. He's pretty much shrined all of Germany's hunts.
Yeah, he's getting Market of Grace. He's shrining all over the map. Oh, and look at this. He didn't even pick up the wood treasure. He shift-clicked and it's either bugged out or he messed up and he didn't pick it up.
Oh, that is so unfortunate. And Japan's going straight away to pick it up.
Oh, that is almost 2 shrines worth of wood. But notably though, Japan might not be able to get the full batch of Ashi out, and he does not have a wall of, so his villagers could get idle by these Ulan. And I think this explorer over here might be the one that poofed already, and the Ulan might... No, they miss it. But yeah, there's probably going to be some idle time here on these villagers. But he does get the batch of Ashi out, and he should be fine now.
Yeah, these Ulans are pretty much useless, as you can see. He's...
Oh, the Ashi walk.
He's not really doing anything with them. These
but
Ashi...
he got off some, a complete volley of shots before the Ulan closing ratio. He can actually trade pretty efficiently here, even though there's more Ulan than Ashis. Just look how fast they melt.
Yeah, but I don't know if it was worth it. He's lost pretty much 4 Ulan. He lost 3, but one's 5 HP.
Yeah, and Ulan are arguably worth more than Ashi. It's 120 resources against 150, yeah, and Ulan even costs more coin than food, which is a more difficult resource to get, so it was a very bad rate for Germany.
And both players about to age up here.
Yeah, Germany is sending more settler wagons, of course. Actually not sending the coin to age up, so that's pretty nice. He does have the entire TP route, though.
Yeah, he needs to get more settler wagons on coin, because he's still missing a little bit. There he goes right now.
Japan is aging up. Probably with the pavilion, I would assume. Yeah. Shrine's still on food for Japan, which probably means that he wants to preserve his orchards as much as possible.
I think it would have almost been better just to make 5 or 10 pikes instead of a stable. And siege down some shrines. He's not really done anything with it.
Yeah, Japan is at 200 shrine pop, and is now sieging down this TP with the Ashi he has left.
Yeah, he did manage to take all 3 TPs. Did he get stagecoach?
Yeah, he has
yes,
stagecoach.
He did.
Another thing I noticed, though, is that Japan's cherry orchards, they are pretty mismanaged. One of them only has 1,700 food left, while the other still has 4,000, so... You should probably transfer some villagers over to the other cherry orchards. You want those to run out at about the same time. And Germany reaching Fortress first, of course, thanks to the fast age-up politician. But yeah. I feel like a Fortress slugfest does favor Japan in this matchup. Of course, I'm not the top player, but usually if I can get the Fortress safely...
It's about the first 3 cards from Germany, I think. If he can't win after those first 3-4 shipments, then I think Japan wins.
And the thing is just Ashis are so good against Ulan. So if Germany can't get enough skirmishers to beat the Ashis, it's just... And he's already on the Japan consulate. He's shipping 9 or 8 Ashis as his first card, actually. I think shipping close combat might be better, just so your Ashis demolish Ulans even more. He's actually stealing the stagecoach TP line at the moment. And he's sticking to the Ashi plan for now. Oh, I don't think he needs to ship cherry orchards already. He still has 5,000 food on his orchards. I think this
right
is
now he's saying, thank you for upgrading stagecoach for me, I'll take that.
Yeah.
I'm just taking it back.
Yeah, I think this orchard is too early, and he probably needs a second Rex if he didn't get one yet. But if you look at his resources, he's just banking so much.
And he's down to 1 hunt. Well, he has another one at the top north here.
Yeah.
But
Germany
the
getting
shrines
double
are
racks, actually,
dominating the map. Yeah.
He needs a lot of skirmishers, Germany. Also, look at how many resources Germany is not spending at the moment. Although Japan actually arguably has a lot of resources and spend as well. Getting disciplined Ashigaru, he really needs that. But yeah, he basically got an entire VP line of Stagecoach now without even needing to spend the resources for the Stagecoach upgrade. Veteran Ashi finishes, and just look at these guys. This is without any cards sent for them, no daimyo. Just look how monstrous they are. If
Yeah,
those
Japan's
get close
50,
combat.
50 score ahead here.
Yeah, I think at this point Germany is just too far behind. 9 Ulan being sent, if maybe he can do something with that, but like I just showed, these ashes are just so powerful, especially if he ships close combat as his next card. Not only do they get more hit points, but they also just get an entire multiplier extra against the Ulan.
I think Germany just loses this matchup now.
Ooh,
Before
by the way,
it wasn't
look
so
at
much
Japan's
like
resources.
this.
He is going industrial with the Great Buddha.
Wow.
I'm not sure if I like Great Buddha here. I know that standard is like boring and such, but the Shogun is just so powerful. It gives you a big tempo boost due to the daimyo, due to the experience you get, and also just makes your units cheaper. So it's so good.
Yeah.
Oh, and he really needs to not fight it if he's going industrial. Although, arguably he might even be able to win, but
Well, he could shoot and run at least.
yeah. I do think his pavilion should not be on range damage. I would prefer
Look.
hit points.
Look how fast the Ulan just melt to these ashes.
And yeah, close combat being his next card. If he can hold fighting until close combat arrives and, you know, some more ashes maybe, then these Ulans are just going to melt before these ashes. They are going to get a 4.5 multiplier against Ulan.
Oh man.
Close command is about to pop, and the industrial age up, and there we go, 4.5 multiplier in melee against Ulan. He's even getting some Nagis as well. I just look at these Ulan dying. And of course the Nagi from the Buddha here going in on these skirmishers, now that all the
I think
Ulan have died.
That's probably a
This is
game right there.
yeah. Germany can't come back from this ever. He's an age behind, he's unbelievably far behind in eco. Japan can just send the Shogun, and yeah, there we go. Soetix losing game 2, and I think that's a
2-0
series,
for
right?
Marco, yeah.
Yeah. So Marco wins the series. But yeah, as Germany, you just really need to make something happen, and Japan just had max shrine pop for pretty much the entire game, stole 3 TP stagecoach line from Germany, got to industrial pretty much unpunished, and the industrial didn't even matter very much, besides the Ulan from the age up. Or not the Ulan, the Nagi. And yeah, veteran Ashes are just so good against Germany if they don't get enough skirmishers out. But anyway, I think we will move on to the final series now, which